Oh, nobody.
Oh, no one,
Yeah,
okay.
no one's on there right now. You're good.
Okay.
I wanted to start off this morning just, first of all, saying, I don't know if I'm on the hot flash or if it really warm in here. It's warm in here. You're welcome to change it, or someone back there is welcome to change it.
We'll go down.
Thank you, Christy. So, I have a pretty heavy subject matter today. It's not, I didn't want it to be heavy. And hopefully you don't take it as feeling heavy, because the intent is for it to be lighter and more hopeful. And the subject matter is the fact that this year, every beginning of the year, I do a class based on astrology and numerology, which basically predicts the energy. And it's always right on. I started doing this in probably 2018, and 2020 is when I really started paying attention. Because everything was predicted, they didn't know how, but the energy that was predicting all the mass changes, and it's continuing to happen. And there's going to be, unfortunately, more chaos happening until and through 2024. So the collapse, so astrology is calling it, is between 2020 and 2024. But the changes actually started occurring in 2012. Do you guys remember the Mayan calendar and the Mayan calendar ends in 2012? Well, it wasn't that the world was going to end. It's just that age of where we were living and how we were living, it was ending, and a new era was beginning. And it wasn't until 2020 where it's like, whoa, okay, changes are happening. So it's fascinating. If you ever go to Gaia TV and look at something like ancient civilizations, there's a lot of scientists and archaeologists on there that are showing and having evidence and proof that the world is not 6,000 years old, or civilization and humanity is not just 6,000 years old. There's a lot of evidence showing that there have been civilizations here 10,000 years ago, 36,000 years ago. So it's a little bit mind-blowing, but what they're discovering in the ice that they are taking from Russia and Antarctica and some of these places is that it's showing millions of years, that this planet has been around, or this ice has been around at least. So anyway, my point is this year is about healing. The energy is supporting healing at a personal and collective level. And so I just thought I would give a few examples from my own life or inner circle. So one thing that I experienced last week after I left my classes here on Monday, I met up with a friend of mine, Kim, who comes here. She and I wanted to go see that movie, The Sound of Freedom. And I honestly didn't know anything about it. I just heard it was getting a lot of hype, and I knew generally what it was about, but I didn't really know what it was about. But I encourage everyone to see that movie because it is bringing up awareness. And the awareness is on child trafficking. And the movie's not politicized at all. So I don't know why the media is trying to spin it in that direction, because it's absolutely not. It's just stating a fact based on a true story. And it's something that we've all known and heard about, but it really is more eye-opening to see the shadow of the underbelly of society. And awareness, my point in sharing that is awareness is the first step for healing. Because if we're healing, we're changing or we're resolving something. We're recovering from something. But awareness is the first step. And the beauty of yoga and meditation is it heightens our awareness. It lights up our awareness. It helps us to become more aware so that we're not blinded or just tunnel vision or ignoring it or sweeping it under the rug. And that's what's happening in our society right now. So I've been talking about my dad's health, and thank you for asking about my father. He's actually home. He went home last Wednesday. He has a huge smile on his face when I've seen pictures of him. He still can't wayfare, he still can't walk. It's really, really hard on my mom and my sister who are trying to transport him and everything right now. But he is getting some home health, he is getting PT at home, and we're hopeful just being at home, you know, he's not laying in bed all day. So he will build his muscle back, so we're very hopeful. But I've also mentioned through this ordeal that my family's going through, it's creating like, it's bringing up issues, right? Because my sisters there have resentment for me and my sister that live in a different state. And we can't be there to deal with the everyday stress of it. We're still stressed about it. We still feel it. We still feel the impact. And we still do what we can. So, you know, the last couple of years when this has happened, it's triggered us, you know, and there might have been some words going back and forth. But I finally started recognizing some healing with this because my sister and I that don't live there, if they want to like attack us, it's okay. Because we have to put ourselves in their position. We have to have compassion that they're there every day dealing with it, and we're not. And we just have to be okay with it, you know? But it's bringing up sibling stuff. You know, it's bringing up some childhood stuff because one of my sisters there that is having to take care of him, he didn't support her children's sport events or their birthday parties because they had changed religions, and he took that as betrayal. But now she's being his caretaker, even though he wasn't there for her. You see what I'm saying? So there's some healing that's happening here at multiple levels. And when we talk about healing, yes, at a physical level, like, you know, knee surgery, yeah, you got to heal from that. Or you get injured somehow in a car accident, you have to heal from that. It's a physical thing. But there's also energetic healing. There's also emotional healing. There's psychological, mental healing that has to take place. And sometimes it's all mixed and meshed together. And we have to work through all the layers. I have a dear friend who went through a traumatic divorce. You know, she was married and had twins, and one of the twins died. And she used yoga and meditation and talk therapy to get through her grief. He went to the bottle. He became an alcoholic. And then she started finding beer like hidden outside the house underneath the porch, where she started looking through his drawers and found bottles of Adderall. He didn't need Adderall. Like, he was just starting to be an addict, right? So he was drowning himself. Really, it stems from grief. Like, the root cause of it was the grief of losing her baby. So even though it was really sad, like, that ended her marriage. She's now engaged, right? But she's scared to get married because she has all of these fears. So now they're going to counseling so that she can heal from that, because she does want to move on with her life. So I'm just bringing up these examples. Last night I brought up these examples at another location, and I had a woman come up to me after class that I didn't know very well, and she was telling me that she's noticing this in her workplace. She's having to take care of an aging stepfather that she doesn't want to take care of. He was her abuser for years. But her siblings are gone, scattered through the world, right? And it's on her. She doesn't have the money to put him in a home. So she was sharing with me, she was like, I get so angry when I'm having to care for him. And I talk to him and I share with him my feelings about what he's done to me. He's never apologized, never owns up to it. But he's also 80-something years old. He's feeble, he needs help, he needs care. And he goes, instead of pouring compassion onto him, I just pour compassion back to myself. So her healing is just bringing that compassion back home. And that's what I want you to focus on today. How can you bring love, compassion, and healing to yourself? Because we have to focus on that individually before we can heal it collectively. And that's what this year is about.
So anyway, there it is. That's our theme for today.
Now, with any type of healing, there's a transfer of energy. There's a transmutation of energy. And the beauty of yoga and meditation, again, is that's what we're working with, the energy. The breath alone brings in the energy. The movement can transfer the energy. So it's not just getting deposited, festering, and building into pain or disease. It's kind of the point. So we're going to be moving a lot today. I hope that's okay with you. Let's sit and breathe for a moment. I'll get some music rolling. So when you're sitting upright, feel free to come up onto a prop. If that helps your spine elongate and your hips to settle. And as you close your eyes and rest your hands down to your lap, maybe just take a moment to reflect on your life this year, and perhaps some things that have been showing up in your life or in your circle that needs healing. And you don't have to psychoanalyze it, just be aware of what that may be. And then we'll work on transmuting or transferring some of this energy around. Let's do that by begin taking deep diaphragmatic breaths. Where each in-breath is inflating the lungs. And each out-breath is allowing for that release. Even observing the fact that once they expand, they need to contract. So that's actually one of the universal laws. Everything that expands eventually contracts. Let's bring our hands to prayer position at the heart. And let's set our commitment to move and to breathe with deliberate focus, with intention, with devotion. Notice how each in-breath can make you feel more lifted, more open. The exhalations can offer us a state of surrender. So each holds importance. All right, we're going to go ahead and open up the eyes, and we're going to lift our way up to stand, because we're going to do a lot of sun clouds today. So when you're standing at the top of your mat, look down at your feet, line them up so they're on the same plane, broaden the base, lock in the legs, draw up through the navel, and join your hands together, remembering the seed that we planted with our hands with this gesture on the ground. And then inhale, opening up to A by lifting the arms straight up. And then exhale, diving over the legs to Uttanasana. Inhale, the hands can stay stationed on the floor, or you can slide them up your legs to create some space between the two halves. And as you exhale, you step back on your mat, you drop down and hover like a low push-up chaturanga. And then as you inhale, lift to upward facing dog. As you exhale, roll it back to downward facing dog. Now, in case you lost your breath along the way, this is the perfect pose in the sun salutation to reclaim your breath. If you want to add in that Ujjayi pranayama, where you constrict the throat and make the breath audible to meditate on, of course you can.
On your next inhalation, let's step, lunge, or float the feet together to the top of the mat. However you want to arrive to Ardha Uttanasana, lengthening the spine. Exhale, bow over and drape down. Inhale, root your feet, sweep the arms overhead. And then exhale, salutation seal. All right, couple more. Inhale, exhale. Same flow. Inhale, sprout up. Exhale, step back and lower, building some strength. Inhale, open the front of the body, up dog. Exhale, roll over the toes, and invert to down dog. Let your head just easily rest between your arms, no work in your neck. But you are pushing down through your hands and feet to fly a little higher up through your seat. Focus on your breathing. And then on your next inhalation, you're going to meditationally walk, lunge, or float the feet together, yogi's choice, to Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, drop in. Inhale, fly up. Exhale, Samasthiti. All right, we're going to do one more A. Inhale. Exhale, hinge forward from your hips. Inhale, look out with your eyes. And exhale, lower and hover if you have that strength. Inhale, glide through, open your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Keep your eyes set at that space between the feet or beyond. Inhale, let's come to Ardha Uttanasana at the top of the mat. And exhale, release down belly, then chest, then face. Inhale, coming up to the top. And then exhale to Samasthiti. All right, we're gonna move into B, Surya Namaskara. Inhale, bend the knees, arms overhead. This is chair pose. Exhale, fold over straight legs. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog, lengthen the neck. Exhale, use your core to roll back. Inhale, the right foot's gonna step forward towards your hands. The left foot is gonna lower and plant down. We bring the arms up to frame the face. We keep the front knee lunging, the hips trying to tee off unless it creates disruption in the SI joints. Now feel that deep calf stretch in the back of your leg, because I know this is beach season. And when I went to the beach recently, I walked on the sand so much, my calves were so sore. And then this was my therapy, okay? So remember this after your long walks on the beach. Exhale, hands down. Step back, vinyasa flow. Inhale, left foot steps through. Back heel lowers. Coming up, Virabhadrasana 1. Again, arms framing the face, palms turn to face one another. Back hip rolling towards the front of the room. Back heel glued down. Chin parallel to the earth. Exhale, release. Inhale, step back. Exhale, drop low. Inhale, build to straight arms. Exhale, rock and roll back. This time we hold and breathe. Focus on your hands. Where are you putting the pressure in your hand? Try to avoid the weight bearing in your wrist. Push down to the mound of your thumb, the mound of the index finger, the mound of the other fingers. Affirming here, calmness is radiating throughout every cell and fiber of my being. Inhale, bring the feet to the top of the mat and open up. Exhale, close that gap. Inhale, bend the knees. Utkatasana chair. Exhale, hands to hearts. All right, we're doing another just like that. Inhale to Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen out, look out. Exhale to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, build to your back. Exhale to down dog. Right foot's gonna launch forward, back heel's gonna lower down, coming to Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, hands down. Continue to move and groove here. But remember, the most medicinal part of this movement is trying to synchronize with breath. Left foot steps forward on the inhale. Exhale, lower the back heel. Inhale, rise up. And continue to breathe. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, step back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, lift. Exhale, roll it back, hold and breathe. We're getting our circulation moving. We're helping to build our metabolism. We're building strength and stamina with these flows. Inhale, come to Ardha Uttanasana at the top. Exhale, pour down, let your crown face the floor. Good, inhale, bend the knees, arms uplift. Chair. Exhale, hands return to Namaste at the heart. Inhale, one more beat. Exhale, release. Inhale, shine your heart. Exhale to Chaturanga. Now there are ways to amp it up, and there are ways to modify the poses. Please listen to your body and do what's necessary, even if it means taking a complete break. Inhale, right foot steps towards the hands. Lower the back heel, come on up. Remembering we're all warriors facing our battles in life. Exhale, hands down. Step it back and lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, roll it back. One more warrior one, leading with the left foot this time. Take your time, never feel rushed. It's not a competition or a race. Exhale, hands down. One more flow. Pausing in Adho Mukha Svanasana. Setting the gaze at one spot for better mental focus. Staying in command and in control of the breath. Inhale, feet forward. Open halfway. Exhale, release and let go. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, hands down. Right. Take a moment here, thumbs to the top of the breastbone, close the lids of the eyes. Notice your heart rate. Slow it down with breath. We're going to do a couple C Surya Namaskaras next. Let's peel the eyes open and inhale, the arms circle up. However, this time We arch back. Exhale, hands together, fold right down the middle, separate the hands when you bow your head. Good, inhale, right foot steps back. Exhale, the back knee lowers. Inhale, lift the head up. Exhaling here. Inhale, step back. Down dog, ground your thumbs. Exhale, tip down to your knees. Rock your shoulders past your hands. Bend the elbows and sink only your chin. Keep your hips in the air. Ashtanga Pranam. Now untuck your toes, lower your shins. Slither the belly through. Shoulders roll back. Your pubic bone and hip bones should be nestled into the floor. Your glutes are firm. Your heels, instead of flopping out, are turning slightly in. Good, cobra. When you're ready, coming up, rock and roll back. Downward pixie dog. Now stretch it out. When you're ready, inhale, right foot steps forward. Back knee drops. Inhale, just lift your head and your heart. Exhale, remain. Inhale, step to the front. Exhale, bow down. Inhale up to the top. Add in an arch through your spine. Exhale, hands down. All right, one more goes. Inhale. Lean back, look up. Exhale, hands together. Notice that centering and introspective effect as you lower. Inhale, right foot back. Lunge the front knee. Drop the back knee. Lift the head and the heart. Good, when you're ready, step back. Down dog. Exhale, drop to knees. Shift and sink chest and chin. Ashtanga Pranam. Inhale, slither through to the tops of your thighs, to the pelvis. Stretch back through your feet, cobra. Build the strength in your back. Bring the prana into your heart. Exhale, roll it back. Down dog. Inhale, right foot steps through. Back knee lowers. Inhale, head and heart lift. When you're ready, step to the front. Fold and release. Inhale all the way up. Arch it back. Exhale, hands to heart. Pause, close your eyes. Affirm. Salutations to the sun, to the awakening light of awareness within us all, and to the dawning of a higher state of consciousness in all beings. All right, we're going to add in some standing poses this time. Inhale, arms circle up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Swan Dive, Uttanasana. We're going to inhale, step back with the right foot. We're going to lower the back heel to the floor. The left hand's going to come to the inside of that front shin. We slowly straighten out the front leg. We back the right arm up and eventually overhead. We're still leaning the torso over the front leg. We're basically creating triangle pose. Now in triangle pose, sometimes we focus on the 3 points, right? Representing mind, body, spirit. And other themes we have focused on things like the Trinity. But for today, I want you to consider the knowledge that comes with awareness, the will to create change, and the action to get there for personal collective healing. Exhale, bend the front knee, bring the hands down to frame the front foot, lift off that back heel. Now you're set up for plank. Rock forward, lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Inhale, right foot steps to the front of the mat. Lower the back heel next. Bring the right hand to the inside of that right shin. Slowly straighten out that leg. Send your left arm back towards the hip. Clockwork it up towards the sky. Press through the feet, grip in your core. Keep your neck in line with your spine. Try to stack the shoulders. Remembering what the 3 points can represent with our theme today. The knowledge that comes with awareness. The will to create change or healing, and the action steps to follow. Gaze down. Lunge the front knee, spin off the back heel. Land your hands. That will give you a good springboard forward with that left foot and roll down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, lower the hands. All right, we still good? Because this is a lot of movement today. All right, let's keep going. Inhale, arms open. Exhale, fold into self. Inhale, right foot steps back. Keep that front knee lunging though. Exhale, spin down the back heel. Lift your right arm, then your left. Come to Virabhadrasana 2. So in Warrior 2 position, notice your front knee. If it's caving in, you want to open it out. Notice your back arm. If it's sinking, lift it up. Focus on your front fingertips. Exhale, helicopter down. Length to chaturanga. To up dog. And down. All right, so what do you think these back bends we're doing are rejuvenating, revitalizing, energizing. The forward folds are calming, cooling, soothing. Inhale, right foot steps through. Back heel drops down. Left arm up, then the right. Taking your time, checking in with your footing, checking in with your hips, checking in with your core support, your arm length, and then your gaze, and breathe. Exhale, bring it down. Bring the back foot forward and drop in. I'm trying to save us from extra vinyasas. Can you tell me? Inhale up. Unless you just really want them. If you really want them, I'll add them. Inhale, open up. Exhale, keep your belly suctioning in as you fold. All right, inhale, right foot steps back. All right, this time, this is where if you typically use blocks or need them, of course, you can use them under your hands because we're gonna slowly straighten out that front leg. All right, drop your head, look at your back foot. Have the toes facing you, okay? Instead of turned in or out. And then once you have the front leg straight, the back toes are turned to face you, you know your hips are square, you're gonna pull the heart forward and you're gonna look out with your eyes. Okay, again, use the blocks if you need to. But we're gonna take the left hand off the floor and we're gonna circle it up, and away. That IT band may be talking to you, but that's what we're trying to target here. And in Chinese medicine, they say when this is really tight, it's about what's galling us. Right? Exhale, lunge the knee, bring the hands back down to the floor. Step it into plank. Feel free to take that vinyasa. Once you return to downward facing dog, just notice a difference in this pose now. Maybe that first one felt a little tight. Hopefully now you feel a little bit more loosened up, a little bit more limber and free. We're shifting energy. All right, when you're ready, we're bringing the right foot to step through between the hands. These sun cells actually help to promote heat as well. Heat is a great transfer of energy. Straighten out that front leg. Discover here, do I need those blocks on this side? Feel free to grab them if you do. Make sure the back toes are turned to face you. We're doing this version today. And then open up your right hand, sweep it out and up towards the heavens above. So this is called a revolving twist. Twisting towards that front leg. Now notice if you're scrunching a little bit in your belly, try to lengthen your heart and crown towards that front wall you turned away from. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Exhale, lunge the knee, bring the hand down, step it up to the front. Lower the head and heart. We got one more sun style, you guys. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. All right, one more. Inhale. Exhale, hinge forward. Equalize and balance the weight between the feet. Inhale, right foot steps back. Back heel drops down. All right, we're gonna bring the left hand to flatten, or we use the core to lift and let the fingertips hover. Or you can stack the elbow and make it a little easier for yourself, okay? Right arm's gonna reach back up. This is side angle pose. Breathe. Fan the fingers and energize them. Make sure you're opening up the breath of life. Feel as though you are that fountain of boundless strength and power. Exhale, bring the hands down, spin off the back heel, step it back, lower down, build it up, and roll it back. All right, just to give you a heads up, okay? I said this was the last sun sound, but no, I'm not tricking you. I really meant that. But when we step the right foot forward, which go ahead and do that now. We're not going to be closing out the sun cell after that. Turn down your back heel. Instead, we're going to go back into a vinyasa. So right hand to the inside of the right foot. You can flatten it. You can use a block. You can hover the fingertips. You can rest the elbow. But take your side angle. So there's options. And if you find yourself always doing it the exact same way, sometimes it's fun to explore a change, right? Because even just the little changes we create on the mat, just through experimentation or curiosity, can teach us something new, can make us aware of something that we weren't aware of before. And if we can teach ourselves that here in our physical bodies, imagine what we could do elsewhere in life. Good, come back down. All right, this is where we're not stepping up. Right foot back. Exhale, rock forward, lower down, down, down to the belly. All right, doesn't that feel good? Stretch the arms out. Okay, one thing I want you to be mindful of when we're doing the next couple poses, try not to V the arms or the feet out, okay? So keep them parallel as they are. And when you're inhaling, you're lifting all four limbs, head and chest. This is locust. Breathe. Superman style. Or really, this is all women today. Wonder Woman style. Now, when you come down, separate your arms like a goalpost. Bring the feet to the floor and lower to your right cheek. Soften your buttocks. Let everything relax for a second. Close your eyes. Your belly should be ballooning as you breathe in. And flattening somewhat as you breathe out. All right, let's turn back to the chin. Arms stretch out. Feet walk back. Second locust, inhale, rise. Okay, we're gonna change it up this time. So we've lifted, but we're gonna bring our awareness back into our feet. Okay, so you're gonna slightly spill the toes down, and that padded area below the toes above the arch, the balls of the feet, you're gonna power them back towards the wall behind you. And notice how that changes the muscle engagement, not only for your feet, but your legs and the glutes. Okay? Good, exhale, span your arms, lower the feet, lower to your left cheek. Close the eyes. Pay attention when you turn your face. Which side of your neck feels better? May feel a little catch on one side if you have some sort of misalignment here. All right, let's turn back to the chin. Power 3 here. Stretch your arms out. We're going to do this one a little bit differently too. Stretch your shins back. Inhale, rise. Locust. All right, then we're going to bring the awareness into the feet. The toes drop. The balls of the feet push back. Now, notice where your chest is, okay? We're going to separate the arms like an airplane. And then take a deep breath in. Notice with the spreading of the wings, you can actually lift higher in your chest. All right, so there's benefits to all these different variations, but I want you to feel the difference. Stay with your breath. Exhale, bring the hands below the shoulders. Bring your brow down. Push up. Send your hips back towards your heels. Wiggle in. Nestle in to child's. Breathe into your back body, especially the muscles that had to keep us elevated in that back bend. Relaxing for a moment into your own inner haven of peace. Let's slowly bring ourselves up. You can slide your hands back to assist. And now we're bringing the legs out in front. We're going to bend the knees. And you're residing on your heels. Hands flip up underneath the knees. We're doing a little core work. It's not my favorite, but we have to do it, right? Feet lift, shoulders back, heart high. Now you can keep your hands here to assist, or you can make sure you're drawing in and up through your abdominals. You're obviously working your hip flexors here, but maybe send the arms forward and out. Breathe. Crisscross the ankles. Open your palms on your lap. Sit up. Rest for just a moment. All right, knees lift. Lean your trunk back. Rest on your heels. Hands flip back under. Shoulders back. Heart lifted. Feet lifted. And now use your hands if you want to see if you can straighten out your legs. full boat pose. Crisscross the ankles. Open your hands, sit up, rest your eyes, brief rest. All right, one more. Knees bend, heels down, hands up underneath the knees, lean back, float the feet. And you can do any of these options, all right? If you want to stay here, stay here. If you want to be here, be here. If you want to straighten the legs, be here. If you want to amp it up more, release your hands. Lower the feet, crisscross, as you sit. The affirmation for that pose is within every breath is infinite power. All right, rebend your knees. This time the feet are flat. The arms reach out, palms open. You're scooping in the belly. You are rounding your back, pushing back into your kidneys. And you're gonna contract your core, roll it down, one vertebra at a time. If you need your hands, grab your thighs. Otherwise, release. And walk your feet back underneath your knees. All right, the hands are gonna lace underneath the base of your skull. All right, do you remember? I don't know. There's all ages in here, but I remember when I was, going through school in my younger years. We would get tested in the gym during PE, and someone would hold your feet, right? And they would have to, hold your feet while you're lifting and doing sit-ups. And we'd have to bring the elbows or the head towards the knees. Do you remember that? We're not doing that, but it's similar. Okay, we're not going to tug on the head or the neck. These are called yogi sit-ups. We're just going to pull the belly in towards the spine, just like you're piercing it in, and then bring the head and shoulders up without drawing your elbows together. And then inhale, lay back. Exhale, pump up. Inhale, release. Exhale, lift. Inhale, release. Exhale. Keep going. I want to explain why we're doing it this way, because old school version, we probably inhale to lift and exhale to release, right? Because the inhale gives us the energization to put the effort in. However, this is a yogic sit-up. So because the belly balloons and expands on the inhale, that's why we're laying back down to the floor. The exhale, the belly should naturally retract and pump in. We're working with the system of the breath to do these yogi sit-ups. Hope that makes sense. Okay, last one. Good, now release your hands, cup a hold of your knees a moment. And then crisscross your ankles, rock and roll up. We're going to be on our shins for this. So if you need a blanket, grab it, or if you want to roll up your mat for a little extra padding, that's what I just did. Gives you a bigger back now. So notice if your feet start to curve together, can you separate them out? So they're more parallel. And that gives you more of a base that you're pushing into. Now your hands, I'm gonna turn around and stand up so you can see. Your hands today, you're gonna bring your fingertips up towards the base ribs and your wrists down towards the top of the buttocks. And when you do that action with your arms, you're gonna find you're already starting to back bends. Because the hips and the shoulders are included in back bends. It's not just spine or back. Okay, so boom, we're here. Now push down through your knees, chins, and feet. Notice how the hands will press the hips forward. You want the thighs to stay perpendicular to the floor, and then lift up through your floating ribs, open up the cavity of the chest, start to lean the head back, and use the support for this particular Ustrasana camel. Good, inhale, come up. All right, if that seems easy, did that feel easy to anybody? You can be honest, it's okay if it didn't. No, it didn't feel easy for anyone. If that feels easy for anyone, you can always tuck the toes and do it this way, or keep your feet flat and grab your heels, okay? But you want the same engagement. Yeah, see if your hips move back, so keep your hips forward. And it's okay to lean back to catch the feet, so go ahead and do it. Because you did it well. Yeah. Yes. Nice. That's interesting. It looks like you're more open on this side. Oh, just keep it out. Nice. All right, let's slowly bring it up. And let's come down to tabletop, but with the forearms. And then lace up your hands. Now, when you're looking down your arms, make sure the elbows aren't too wide. So close them in. Not all the way, but narrow. We're going into dolphin for our final inversion. So notice once we start focusing on the arms, the belly may want to release and the shoulders may want to collapse. So now we need to push down through the arms, pull in through the core, and engage in the upper back in order to curl the toes, to pop up the knees, and to lift to dolphin pose. Dolphin is similar to down dog, but different. This is a good modification if you have issues with your wrists, but notice you're getting more in your triceps. You're getting more in the outer shoulders, the deltoids. There's a little bit more upper body strength requirement here. Good, take one last deep breath, relax your neck. Good, exhale, come on down. Shavasana. So I really wanted to bring a bunch of stuff in today. Instead of just focusing like on one particular area of the body. So I tried to do it all as much as I could in this hour together. The beauty is now we get to relax and let it all integrate. So have your hands up underneath, or your bolster if you want it underneath your knees. So lay back this way if that feels good to you. Or find another position that's speaking to you, because you know best. Trust. With the statement before you drift away. The true meaning of healing is to do the work of becoming whole. That means the damage is no longer controlling our life or choices. We tend to repeat what we do not repair. So to change, it takes awareness, courage, time, love, compassion, and commitment to heal. True inner healing is the act of letting go of any past conditioning and embracing the unknown of the future. So since we've been building our awareness, try to keep your awareness still open and active as you rest and observe within yourself.
Hearing the sound of the mindfulness bell, take this as your opportunity. Back to your body, if your mind took you somewhere else. Back to the space that you're in. Opening up your breath, opening up some movement. Maybe hugging the knees towards you. Rolling to one side, coming up to take a seat. This time when we're sitting up, closing the eyes. Just join the hands together to pray. Feeling this practice that we've had together. Sealing up any positive seeds that we planted in the heart or mind. Taking any lessons learned on the mat with us as we depart. The light of me honors and bows to the same in each of you. Namaste.